Hey there, welcome back to the game. Today we're going to be doing some interior decorating. Okay, if you've been watching the videos up till now, you'll know that we've been building a bit of a fortress, and I can just pop out here and have a look at it with you. There we go. Here's our fortress here. It's pretty cool, it's fairly spectacular. I've got really nice rooftop garden. I've been extending the waterway on the top so that we've got a stream that comes all the way through to a waterfall now. And that's just some of the stuff I've been messing around with over the last few days. So what I'm going to do now though is get down inside the thing. The outside's looking pretty spectacular, and I'm going to hop down into here, just dive in through the window and start looking at a bit of interior decorating. Okay, so what we're going to do is I've just dug out this whole space, and at the moment it's all completely empty. We've got some stairs here going up to the next level, which is straight up to the rooftop actually. As you can see here, we've got the moon coming up, the sun's going down, and we're going to spend the night inside and make this place look a bit prettier, because at the moment it's just a hodgepodge of dirt and stone and cobblestone roof and dirt and stone walls as well, and it's empty, it's plain, it's boring, it's bare. So we want to do something in here and make it a fair bit better. So I'm just going to pick one space in here to start with and build up a nice room and just sort of decorate it and look at some of the materials that we've got available to us in Minecraft to do that kind of thing. Let's start by I think just grabbing some fairly generic flooring and finding ourselves an area that we want to work in. So I'm just going to grab something like the acacia wood planks. It's a fairly nice material and is quite fun to lay down. There we go. So I'm just going to pick an area. I think I'll just start over in this corner for simplicity, and I'm just going to dig out the stone here and replace it with the acacia. Simple as that. And I'll make the room about that size. There we go. Also keen to see any sorts of builds and things like this that you guys have done. Just post a link to your sites and videos or pictures or Instagrams or anything that you've done into the comments below, so that everybody looking at this can pop back and have a look. And also remember, do pop back and check out the comments on these videos from time to time. Because people are putting some really cool stuff up there from all the things that they've done. Right, here we go. So that's you know, you can see that that's just a lot tidier straight away. It's absolutely no-brainer. Okay, now I need to look at the walls for the room and also the ceiling. Now for the ceiling, I'm going to look at something like let me have a think here. I might just do the acacia again for the ceiling in here. There we go. This works quite well if you're doing this and you're not having too much space between, if you've only got a single block between floors, which in most cases we do have, because it's a good look for both the floor and the ceiling. So it works out quite well, and you've just got the same block acts as the floor for one room and ceiling for the other in a multi-level building. There we go. That's looking quite good already. Whoop. Other thing you can do if you want to mess around with it, of course, is just setting up a couple of different block styles as well. Okay. I'll just this bit out here just to finish it off. And there we go, that's our room area. Okie doke. Now I'll look at something for the walls. Let me have a look here. I'll just have another go into the building blocks again and see what I can find in here. Sometimes it can be a lot of fun trying to pick out exactly what it is that you want to use. There are a lot of different materials available, of course, so yeah, it can take a while to really have a good look around. We've got things like the flagstones and cobble slate bricks and things like that as well. I don't know, I'm thinking if we're going to keep a fortress kind of look, that it might be good just to keep going with the stone bricks. I might just do that for now. Can always change. The great thing is you can always change your mind later on and go and pick something else out. Nothing ever stops you from doing that. Okay, so that's in slot 8. I'll just come through here and I'm just going to replace the motley shabby wall area here with these. Which will just make it at least look a lot more even, a lot tidier. There we go, and I can put that torch back. I'll knock these ones on the corner out as well, and I'm just going to build this room along a bit. I'm going to want to put some, I think I'm going to put some double doors and places in here as well instead of just the single doors, so I'll leave enough of a gap for that. I'll get rid of that superfluous one and I'll put another torch up here. Cool, and I'll just continue this along the wall. As you can see, that's the edge of my exterior wall. There's just a tree planted up outside. And let's go 8. There we go. So that there's a lot tidier than that, of course. It just looks a bit neater, looks more deliberate basically, and just shows that you give a bit of a stuff about what the thing looks like. Mostly it's just a matter of picking a theme and sticking to it, but you can always change it out later on as well. There's nothing ever stopping you from doing that. You do want to try and avoid, when you're building the interiors of places, to leave gaps where there is nothing at all, because what happens then is that things tend to spawn inside the gaps and they just sit there moaning and groaning, and you can hear them and never figure out where they're coming from, and that's they can be a bit annoying from time to time. There we go. There's another advantage in using this type of block is that it's very useful for both the interior and exterior, so it works all around. There we are, and just drop some light back up in the corners and one up over on here as well. There we go. Now I just need to figure out what sort of door I want to put into here. I will go and replace the flooring underneath the door first, and just come into here again. Here's doors, so we can go with an acacia door or a dark oak door. I think as soon as we've got the acacia floor, I'm going to go for the solid oak doorways. That just sounds like a bit more fun to me at the moment, so I'll grab that. There we go, and I will put those one there and one there. You notice the game quite nicely just turns them into double doors for you straight away. You walk up to those, you can open those up, and yeah, that's quite nice and tidy. So there we go, there's our first room. Now, as I said, we're going to do some interior decorating. This isn't a lot of decorating at the moment, it's just the room itself. So let's go have a bit of a look at what sort of furniture and things we've got available. So straight away we can come into, let's have a look at some of the bits and pieces that we can use. I think this would be a pretty good room for a crafting room actually, so let's set up a crafting table in here. We can do that. We can also get a furnace running in here, That's a good idea as well. Okay, let's put those down. Put them up underneath the window so we can see outside while we're doing our stuff. There you go, a crafting table and a furnace. And I think next to those would be quite handy to have some chests and things. So let's just have a quick look at what we've got in the way of chests. There we go, that's a trapped chest, we don't want that one. Where are we? Just there we go, right there in front of me, of course. So that chest there, we can just grab that, and I'll just put a couple of those over here in the corner. Whoops, I can occasionally hit a button that nukes something you're not intending to at the time. Okay, so there's a couple of chests there, and we can do a couple more over here, and then we can come put some labels on the walls and something like that later if we want to use the different chests for storing different things. So here we go, we've got a fairly nice room here now, which is sort of getting built up a bit. Now you can put labels up on the walls, so let's have a quick look at that one here. Oh, your glass pane, that's something I want to get to shortly, so I'll just quickly put that down there for now. There you go, and we can select a painting here to put on the wall. That's probably a bit of a fun idea, and we can also choose a sign and put that up as well. We'll just have a quick play with those. Okay, so let's have a look at the, first we'll just come over and put some glass in the window. That's easy enough. Just bring, whoops, I'll just pick that up again, don't throw it away. Bring that over here and just click on each of the blocks, and it just builds up a glass window. The game dynamically puts it all together for you so that it fits nicely. There we are. And then I can just I'll come back in a minute and put some more stone blocks up the side there that we want to keep. We can pop over to the wall here and put up a sign, and it can be Tim's first chest. There you go. So you can label things with what's in them. So you might want to say this one over here is I'll put up another one here, swords and armor, well, that kind of thing. That's quite neat to do. Another areas where you're having more of a living room feel, you might want to use something like the paintings as well, and it will just put up a large painting based on something. Okay, I hadn't actually used that one in this version. That's a new one on me. Massive artworks. That looks like Donkey Kong. Probably is. Okie dokie. So anyway, there you go. That's just our first lot of basic decorating and setting up a craft room in the fortress for ourselves. I'm going to go tidy up a bit more and do a wee bit more, and we'll come back later on and have a look at something completely different. Have a good evening. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button and notification buttons and all those sorts of things. Leave some comments below, especially if you want to join us up in the mega builds later, or to show us what it is that you've been doing with Minecraft. Really keen on seeing some cool stuff that other people are creating, not just the things I'm doing. So yeah, do that, have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, see you later.